All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to annotate at home. So one thing that would be helpful to have out in front of you would be the notes that we took in class, your annotation paper. And then obviously you're going to need your book. Now I'm just using an example from one class, but you can use this for any class. So we're going to start with the giver, and I need to have my sticky notes out in front of me. All right. I'm just going to use an example with page 1. You cannot use my examples for yourself, but you can kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like. It was almost December, and Jonas was beginning to be frightened. No, wrong word, Jonas thought. Frightened meant that deep, sickening feeling of something terrible about to happen. Frightened was the way he had felt a year ago when an unidentified aircraft had overflown the community twice. He had seen it both times. Squinting toward the sky, he had seen the sleek jet, almost a blur at its high speed, go past, and a second later heard the blast of sound that followed. Then, one more time, a moment later, from the opposite direction, the same plane. At first, he had only been fascinated. Okay, wait a second. I have a question. Why is this kid fascinated by airplanes? Like, isn't that pretty normal? So why is he like kind of scared and kind of fascinated? What world is he living in? Why does he seem scared by planes? Like, I don't know what that's like. So maybe I have a question there. I could write it down. I'm going to leave it on my page, and I'm going to keep reading. He had never seen aircraft so close, for it was against the rules for pilots to fly over the community. I'm sorry, what? Rules for pilots? I have more questions. Where does he live? I don't know that I would want to live there. Okay? Now, you're not always going to have questions and comments for everything, okay? But if you have something that comes up, write it down. Occasionally, when supplies were delivered by cargo planes on to the landing field across the river, the children rode their bicycles to the riverbank and watched, intrigued, the unloading and then the takeoff directed to the west, always away from the community. I'll do one more as an example. Like, I know what it's like to be totally amused by planes. My siblings were like that when we were younger, so I might have a reaction. I totally love watching planes take off. I'm weird like that. All right, so then I can keep reading, and that's how you annotate, okay? Why do you think it's not good enough to just leave symbols? Like, what if this was all that I did, and I had questions and exclamation points and stars, and I come in on Monday and I'm like, hey, look at me, I've got all these symbols. Why is that not going to be enough? And I need you to talk really loud since we're doing this as a video. Sydney?
Because you might forget what you were thinking.
You might forget. You're probably going to forget. Like if I come in on Monday, I'm going to say, I don't remember my question or even what it was related to. So I'm not asking you to do this. I don't need you to do all these detailed comments. We're going to do that on Monday. What I do need you to do is to just take a few little notes so that when you do come in on Monday and join your group, you can say, all right, here's what I wrote down and why. Why do you think that I'm going to tell you to write more than just 2 annotations over the weekend? Why would I probably want to do like 5 total on every page? I don't need to write something for every page, but why would I probably want to have more than 2 to pick from? Abdullah?
Because some people in your group might have the same ones.
So it's possible that some people might have similar annotations, so we're going to have to think about that. Yes. What else? Liba?
Because maybe some of them are like more weaker annotations.
Yes.
Like you don't want to have those weak ones.
So you are probably going to have some weak annotations. Like, let's be honest. This one about me also watching planes, not a very strong annotation. I wrote it down, that's fine, but that's probably not one that I'm going to use. Is it possible I could even get these questions answered with the reading? Yeah. So I need to take more than 2 annotations so that I can later pick between my strong and my weak annotations. Yes?
Can the annotations be like all in the same area, or do they
So,
have to be like spread out?
That's a great question. I would not have all of your annotations on the same page. That's not really good practice. If you legitimately have questions and comments, put them down. This was just an example. I might turn to these pages and I don't have any questions or comments. And I go here, I don't really have any questions or comments. So only do them as needed, but try to have at least 5. Any other questions about this process? Yeah.
Do we come to the meeting with the sticky notes just in the book, or we like put them on a piece of paper?
Nope,
and
just
put
leave
them
your
in
sticky
one?
notes here in the book. Since this is a school copy, I don't want you writing in the book, but you can leave sticky notes in there.
If we had our own book, can we?
You
then-
can write in your own book if you have your own copy. Yes.
On the sticky note, should we write the page that it is in case it like falls out?
You could put a page number, and if you wanted to even like draw an arrow to kind of show what the comment is going to exactly, you could do that. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So that's how you annotate with your book.